This is ZNS Total Sports, brought to you by Fourth Terrace Diagnostic Center.
Welcome to sports, everybody. Pro boxer Sherman the Tank Williams was scheduled to fight earlier this year in Germany against Joseph Parker from New Zealand. However, that bout never came off and was eventually rescheduled for October 19th in Parker's hometown of New Zealand. Now, following a sparring session at a training camp in Vero Beach, Florida, Tank gave the full story about what happened in Germany.
Unfortunately, I was in Vladimir Klitschko camp. We had some problems and some issues there that had to be resolved. You know, I basically just stood up for myself as a true pugilist and didn't allow those guys to run over me, and stood my ground. The fight was postponed. They tried to put all the blame on me, but thankfully Joseph Parker people, Duco Promotions in New Zealand, you know, they were fair, and they saw that it was no fault of mine, so I was absolutely right. And they promised me that as soon as it would be possible, that they was going to reschedule the fight. So when I was in the Bahamas last month, I received a phone call for a possible October 16 date with Joseph Parker. I was happy, I was elated, and I actually felt justified and vindicated. There was a lot of negative media after the fight fell through, and you know, the way it is in boxing, people talk a lot of smack, and 90% of the times is without no facts. So I feel actually vindicated and justified that the fight is back on, and I'll be able to go to New Zealand and, God willing, hand that Kiwi his first defeat.
Now, as you would have heard, that fight is for October 16th and not October 19th. Well, the new school year will get underway on Monday, and first up on the schedule for the Government Secondary School Sports Association will be volleyball. That will be followed by basketball, and CI Gibson coach Kevin KJ Johnson spoke about what we can expect from his senior boys.
I had 9 seniors this year, 7 of them in the school. A bunch of 10th graders coming in from D.W. Davis, and you know, I'm ready to go. Need a lot of work, need to understand the game, play the game the right way. Once they learn that, take them a few years and we'll be ready.
Coach Stephen Strawn has been out of the government school system for the past couple of years after putting together successful teams with R.M. Bailey and Anatol Rogers, and he's really not sure whether or not he wants to return.
You know, there's a lot of pros and cons in high school basketball. You know, I miss being around young kids and instructing them, but around basketball itself, no. For my Gordon High School basketball in 1998, there's no camaraderie in basketball. There's no brotherhood in high school basketball. There's never been anything, and that's one of the things, you know, you don't miss. You know what I mean? It's kind of like backbiting and scratching and clawing from Mike Hammond from 98, something like that you don't miss. So when I'm out and I come into the gym and I look and see what's happening, I only smile and I say, boy, I don't miss this.
The local sports community continues to mourn the passing of Sam Haven. Above all else, Sam's first love when it came to sports was soccer, and he did it all from being a player to a coach and even moving on to the executive level as a past president of the Bahamas Football Association. Anton Seeley is the current president of the BFA, and he says Sam left some big shoes to fill.
Sam was a genuinely nice guy. You know, a genuinely nice person who always sought to assist others, teaching them the game of football and just helping them in general. As you know, he was an exceptional banker, and he always, in addition to assisting, you know, players in football, he always tried to help them in sorting out their financial affairs. And I know, you know, several times he sat with me and tried to help me organize my finances. And that's the type of person he was. He was not just interested in your football, but also genuinely interested in you as a person. And, you know, we really going to miss him.
Now, while soccer is the main sport Sam Haven will be remembered for, there are other sports he used to play, and he made the same kind of impact on those he was around.
Sam has been one of the followers of the Bahamas Softball Federation and softball in general. He's an officer and he plays in the Bankers League. And they certainly would miss him, and we would miss him around softball.
Eleuthera has been called the softball capital of the Bahamas. However, after struggling to put a league together the past couple of years, some have questioned whether they could get back to that elite level. But 2014 has proven to be a rebirth for the Eleuthera Softball Association.
I'm very, very grateful to see that Mr. Richard Delina Johnson, one of our Hall of Famers, is now giving something back to softball. He is actually coaching the Andre Gardner Constructioners. And to my delight and to the crowd's delight, he actually appeared in the game and pitched the last inning, striking out the side. His team won the game 9-0. But I was indeed happy to see the amount of young players that actually gravitate around Richard. It's something like LeBron James going to Cleveland and everybody wants to play with Cleveland now. And the same thing now resonates down there in Eleuthera. And the fans are very ecstatic about seeing him back into softball again in that capacity.
Crime in the country is definitely on the rise, and the New Providence Softball Association have been one of its victims.
We was hit like 3 times so far in 4 months, so that even put us back in great cost. You're talking about almost $6,000 in loss. We hire Commander Security Company. They were very helpful with us. Put in a system, hidden cameras. So we're looking for them. You know, if they come back again, we sure will get them.
The Sagoma Navigators out of Nicholstown have represented Andros in the ladies division of the Bahamas Softball Federation's National Round Robin for the past 2 years, and they're now looking to make it 3 in a row.
We're going to win it again. I got a strong team. I got some experience. I got plenty of experience, and I got a string of young players coming up. The problems that we had, I think we solved them, so we're ready to do it again.
Now, if the Navigators are to represent Andros at this year's round robin, they will have one less team to go through to get there.
The female team out of Losang, the Pineville Motel Chick Chinese, who was actually the first place run-up last year, they have experienced a lot of the players have left the island, so as a result they had quite a bit of challenge, failing 9 on any given night. So what they have decided to is really merge with the other home team, the Losang Angel. So that is what has brought us now to basically 3 female team and 2 men team.
And that will do it for sports. Don't go anywhere. The Bahamas Tonight is back after the break.
This is ZNS Total Sports, brought to you by Fourth Terrace Diagnostic Center.